Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to Mario Kart World. We're back with another Mario Kart live stream. Hope everybody is having a fantastic Sunday evening. Hope everybody had a good weekend. And yeah, we're just hanging out and doing our thing tonight. We're gonna start out with some Knockout Tour. And as people join in, as usual, we'll get going with everything else. Or we'll get some lobbies going here. But hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. What's up, nerd? We also have our grape juice tonight. You know it's going to be a good brand bot stream when the grape juice is out. Oscar, Dante, what's up? What's up, boys? The music is a little louder than me. Hold on. How about that? The game, okay. I think I got it. That's better? Okay, cool. I also have like some lo-fi music playing in the background as well, but only on my PC. So if you guys hear that, let me know. But I think it's just the game. Oh no, I ended up leaving because it was supposed to storm, and so I left and didn't storm. I literally got there. It was a sunny day when I left, so I was like, oh great, finally, like you know, like weather's gonna hold out for us. And I got there, pitch fucking black, and so I was like, great. So I looked at the radar, and literally between 3:30 and 4:30, when all of the sail aways were happening, it was supposed to be storming, and ended up being a very nice day instead. Cool, sounds good. I don't know if I'll get copyrighted because it's like a YouTube video of like lo-fi music, so I don't know if it'll get copyrighted. That's good though. Hopefully you can come to the port. That'd be fun. I see the Brick Executive is watching this, just not in the chat. What's going on? Ah! Got into an argument with lo-fi music person on oh really? Oh, the lo-fi girl channel. That checks out. I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Oh, random one that teaches you. Okay. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Oh, let's fucking go, boys. That's awesome. Sometimes rage bait is just like the best way to get any sort of engagement and for something to do well. The master rage baiter, yes. You really got to be careful with that middle word there. If you miss that word, there's a big problem. That's a whole different issue. Oh, heavens. Ah, you be. We had 9 people watching, I think. Wait, we had just had 9 people watching? Just no. No, we did not. I call BS. Wouldn't be the first time we've scared somebody off. BS. YouTube says I only have 4 views on this thing. I'm also waiting for the NASCAR race to start, but apparently the weather had other plans as well. Hello. Hello. There we go. Interesting. Maybe I gotta refresh. I don't know, maybe. I was gonna say, didn't the last week's race end with a rainout anyways? I'm legit looking into going to the Daytona 500 next year. It seems really cool. I haven't been to Daytona yet. Or at least the track. I've been up there a couple times, but I've always passed, because it's like right off the side of the highway, so like I passed right by it. From to Darlington? Which one did I do? I think I did the All-Star race in Charlotte when I was younger. Yeah, I think it was the shootout race that year. I don't remember which specific year it was, but I remember going to I want to say it was Charlotte for the shootout. No, this is not Horizon 6. Sorry, buddy. What are you talking about? This is my Civic Type R. You better be sorry. This is Rosalina driving the Civic Type R in Forza Horizon 6. This is just the suburbs of Tokyo. Yeah, it's like graphics change. Yeah, yeah. Uh-oh. No! Woo! Made it. Thank God. What? Ah! Am I getting another Beatles album before Rain does... What? Oh, I see what... before Rain does... Yeah, really. It looked like it was sunny there a minute ago when I was starting to stream. What happened? Oh, you little piece of shit. Right, it's still delayed. Right. I thought it was... It looked like it was sunny, though, whenever I was starting the stream. Like, they were finishing up. Drying off the track. I don't know maybe if it's still delayed or what, but... Sheesh. Dang. I watched the race last night. It was very uneventful. Bruh, that's fucked. I did see that he spun out, but like he was fine though. Like that was like the only caution throughout the entire. And that was the end of the stage too. So like there was nothing going on. Oh, he's spun twice. I didn't see the other one. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Oh, here we go, chat. Here we go, chat. Let's go. We made it. Into the pits? That's crazy. Uh-oh. Fuck! Oh my god, the counter. I was like, why is he just putting numbers in the chat that I realized you're doing a counter? Oh, no, no, no! No! Alrighty. I'm gonna get more grape juice. No! What? I tell you, it's spicy grape juice is what it is. Because we keep it family friendly here on the brand bot. It is. I'm a fantastic influence. I tell you. I'm a great influence because what this is doing is telling, hey kids, grape juice is good for you. Even the brand bot drinks it. Grape juice is good for you. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. Cheese is good for you. Might be a highly processed cheese, but it's cheese. I'm like 90% sure that just about every food on this planet is somehow, way, shape, or form not good for you. You eat too much meat? Bad. Eat too many vegetables? Bad. Too many processed foods? Obviously that's bad. But bacon? Bad. Eggs? Bad to an extent. Oh, whoops. We're so cooked. There's just no food that's good for us anymore. The American food system is one of the healthiest food systems in the world, I tell you. That's why we're all so fat. It's a sign of health and diabetes. Coop, what's up? Back from Buffalo. Did you ever get your get your little race? Yeah, exactly. You're the most fit population. Why do you think people in Asia are so skinny? It's probably because they're so... It's not because their food is healthy. It's because they're just hungry. Right? It's not because they have healthy food options there. Definitely not. Ducked cruise day. That sucks. Don't even get me started on the education system. My back hurts. Oh, let's fucking go, boys. Went to the game Friday in a t-shirt, shorts. Oh, God. New Switch 2 game this week, by the way. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so part 2 is this week, so expect a stream. I'm going to pick that up day one. I got it pre-ordered. I just got to pick it up on the way home from work that day. But super hyped. I played the demo. The demo was really good. S 70 is cool. 65 is... Oh, dude. Anything below 55 is freezing. We're called to work in the... You got to get that money, man. Get that money. That sucks, but you got to get that money. Wait, 8 p.m. to 4 in the morning? I was gonna say, holy shit. Okay, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's a good shift though for it. There you go, make some money, buddy. No way I got that. Boys, I might finally be buying a set of wheels. I reached out to the shop that I've had work on the car in the past and waiting on a response. The car is going to look so good. Wheels, exhaust, intercooler, charge pipes, and then it needs a tune for sure. But the car's going to be solid. I'm looking into getting a new shift knob because I kind of need one. Not that the one that I have is bad. I hate changing the interior of cars. I will modify the living hell out of the outside of, like, the exterior of a car, wheels, exhaust, all that stuff. Like, I will modify the hell out of it. But when it comes to the inside of a car, won't touch it. That I may not be able to do, Coop. No, but I found a really cool one, though. It's just a regular ball, but it has SI engraved into it, and then it has the Japanese kanji for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in reverse, which is kind of cool. And it's not metal, so it's not going to burn the shit out of my hand. I just don't like changing the interior of a car, so I don't want to do it, but at the same time, it's really nice, and I kind of need one. Because, like, having that metal plate on the top of my shift knob in the car, I, like, burn my hand every day. Zach Campbell's... No! Fuck! Zach Campbell's hollowed up baseball knob. Wander Franco. Wander Franco's on the Diddy list. I guarantee it. Yeah, see, like, the funny thing is I, like, put towels over him, over my shift knob during the day, because obviously, like, it's gonna get hot being a metal... Just like the metal piece, it's obviously gonna get hot in the summer, especially in Florida. But like, at least like this new one would be insulated to where it doesn't get as hot, and it's also not metal either. But again, I just don't want to change the interior of the car. That bothers me. Officially coming on site. Awesome, awesome, very cool. That'd be great. Looking forward to it. What is this? No way. The burnt peanut is in Fortnite? Caleb just sent me this thing and goes, do you see anybody familiar? It's a fucking burnt peanut in the new Fortnite season. Oh, absolutely. I would love to show you the SI. I'm going to convert you. I'm going to make you want to get an SI, I tell you. You can find some good deals on some too. Be wise. Dude, the one thing I love about the Civic Si is that, like, it's a sports car. Well, it's not a Type R, so it's obviously not like the most insane thing in the world, but it is a fun, sporty vehicle. It's got the turbocharger, you know, it's got a manual transmission, it's got the nice big red bucket seats in it. It's a sporty car. It still gets 40 miles a gallon. You do not get that out of the GR86 or the BRZ or WRX. You do not get that. Obviously, I'm not buying a sports car for the mileage on it. Or, like, the gas mileage. It's the last thing I give a shit about when I'm buying a sports car. But, like, come on. That's a good bonus. Oh, dude, do not get me wrong. I love Subaru. Do not get it twisted. I love the BRZ. Actually, so it came down when I was buying my SI. It came down between... I was going to pick the 86 or the GR86 over the BRZ because I liked the look of the GR86 better. I think the duckbill that they come with from Toyota looks better on that than just the plain one on the BRZ. But it came down between the GR86 and the Civic Si. And it actually ended up coming down to the fact that I couldn't find a GR86 in the state at the time. And I ended up just... I kind of wanted the SI anyways, but I went right for it. Type R was one to be talked. Ugh. Dude, okay, so I got a picture to show you guys then. Because I went to Disney Springs this morning to get coffee with my parents, and like I passed one of the new FL5 chassis Type R's, Championship White. It's like the color that I want, the chassis I want, perfect spec, just lovely, lovely vehicle. I'm chilling with them, hanging out on I-4. All of a sudden, I get off, you know, to go over to Disney Springs. This motherfucker this follows me. And he's going to Disney Springs too, and he parks next to me. I'm like, holy shit. So I'm like, this is like the dream duo of cars, but I got a cool picture of it. But I was like, sweet car. But it's cool stuff though. Biggest takeaway is Brand 5. Dude, I like basically live off of I-4. Like I have to take it everywhere. But now, honestly, like the dream duo is once I pay off the SI, I'm gonna keep it, obviously, and I want to get the FL5 chassis Civic Type R, and kind of have that as like my little fun, not like weekend car, because like the Type R is a fantastic daily, but at the same time, like, you know, if I can daily drive an SI and then have a Type R on the weekends, like that'd be sweet. So that's kind of the idea, is that I want the SI, keep that, and then have a Type R as just like my little fun car. Later, Oscar. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. The SI is such a fun car. It's a great entry level car too. It's fun. It's not too fast, but it's enough to have a lot of fun with. And then like with the new ones, so the 10th generation and the 11th generation. So I have the 11th gen. I have the FE1 chassis SI, and like the 10th and 11th gen Civics, they have the 1.5 liter turbocharged, not the strongest thing in the world. They're not like traditional like high revving K series that SIs used to have, but they respond really, really well to modifications, and they can make a lot of power very quickly. Once you get to that like 300 to 350 range, they kind of become bombs, but you just gotta know not to tune the car above 300 horsepower, or kind of be careful around that point. But like with me, like I'm not trying to do too much with my SI. My SI is like my daily driver, so I'm not trying to do too much with it. I'm gonna tune it up, probably push around 250, 260 when I'm done with it. But like that's gonna be plenty enough to keep it reliable though. Very fun, but also reliable. That's the key. A lot of people don't really take that into consideration or really worry about that too much, is the reliability of cars. When you're tuning a car and you want to like have fun with it and modify it, like if it's your daily driver, you like don't go too crazy. Don't make it to where it's not going to start every morning. Like you're going to want a car that starts every day and like, you know, doesn't have problems. You're not going to blow out the turbo every day. Or, you know, you're not going to blow out the turbo because you're making too much power. You have too much boost going. Looked at the cords the other day, and let's just say I can't. Yeah. So, all right. So let me give you I have the 11th gen Civic SI, and I love it to absolute death. But if I were to buy anything other than what I have, I would probably go with the 10th gen, the 2020 two-door coupe in blue. That was my like dream SI for a while there. But obviously, you can't go wrong with the 8th Gen Civic. The 8th Gen Civic SIs are one of the best generations because they were one of the last ones to have the high revving 8,000 RPM redline engine. 197 horsepower, not too much, but the thing screams at 8,000 RPM. Such good cars, too. Because the engine in those are just extremely reliable, and unlike the current gen SIs where they kind of become really, really unreliable and really, like, you know, they blow up around 350 horsepower, the 8th gen SIs, you can push, I've seen people push 550, no problem. You slap a turbo on those, you'll be running 500 horsepower. If you tune it right, you do the right things with it, thing's nuts. 8th Gen SI, or you get the old, that same generation, but the Acura RSX Type S. Those K20s in both of those cars are some of the best things ever made. Rather than 750, it just, yeah, I don't know about that. The RSX, yeah, they're really nice. So the RSX is an Integra. The Acura RSX basically is what they were just calling the Integras back then. Which is so weird because whenever they announced like concepts of like an electric SUV of the RSX, I was like, we have Integras already. The RSX was the Integra. Why is it such a big deal that this is a SUV when we already have the Integras? But do not even get me started on the new Integra Type S. The new Integra Type S is so sick. So I saw the new Type R today at Springs, but then on my way home from the port, I saw the Integra Type S. Whoa. It was a good day. It was a good day for car spotting. Fantastic cars. Dante, what's your budget, if you don't mind me asking? Because I could find you a good SI if you want. If you genuinely are like looking into or at least considering one, I could find you a good one for a good price. Like, how much are you looking to spend on a car, or like total, I guess? I know you're younger, so I mean, having a high car note is not going to be like the most ideal thing in the world. But at the same time, like, if you can get something used that's still good and reliable, then like, obviously perfect. Gah! $1 million. 300 a month is so easy to accomplish, especially with it. Let's see. I could find you a 10th Gen SI easy for that. Used. I love the SIs. I always wanted one since I was like 16, because that was obviously the Type Rs weren't in the US around that time, so I always wanted an SI. But yeah. 2-door or 4-door? Gary B, what's going on? Good to see you. A 4-door. Okay, I can do a 4-door for you. Might hop on. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll be on here for a bit. Oh, this guy's got 9th gen SI wheels on a 10th gen. That's weird. 83,000 miles, but $300 car payment. And it's in a nice blue color. I love the blue that they did with those year models. Oh yeah, dude, there's tons. Honestly, just like go to cars.com and look up used Civic SIs. You'll find so many for a good price, especially in the Orlando area. The one sad part about having an SI in Florida is that they are such good cars on curvy back roads, and we just don't have those here. The Civics in general, SIs are, and especially the Type Rs too, they're not fast in straight lines. But you put them on like a curvy road or on a track, and they're usually can hold their own up there. Oh, let's go, boys! One thing you got to consider if you're going to look at the SI is the gas, because they take 93. And boy, is that shit expensive. I paid under $5 a gallon for gas today. I celebrated that. But if you're going to look at a used SI, look at one that's not modified. You're going to want something that's like a blank slate, not because it's going to, you know, not because it's a, you know, nobody's done anything to it. It's more of just like, if there's somebody that's modified the car, they probably beat the shit out of it when they drove it. Which they should. But at the same time, like, you want something that probably wasn't abused if you're going to buy a used car. Which is why I bought mine new. Plus, if you have a good enough down payment on the car, you'll be fine on a payment. Right, exactly. At least not diesel. I love car shopping, so absolutely. Especially if you want something fun, like a fun, sporty vehicle, I am absolutely your guy to talk about because I love doing stuff like that. I could never be a car salesman, but I love, like, car shopping. I was genuinely looking at Type Rs the other day. Can't do it. Well, I can. That's the problem. Should I? No, absolutely not. But I can. That also means getting rid of the SI. In a perfect world, I would have both. Right, exactly. Never buy something somebody else has messed with. Especially with some of the newer ones, because when you start tuning them, if you're not careful, you know what you're doing, you'll blow it up. The L15 motors that are inside the 10th and 11th gen SIs, very, very vulnerable to head gasket issues if you're not careful. If you're not an idiot with the car, if you don't beat the hell out of it, it's going to be completely reliable. You're going to have no problems with it, but if you beat the shit out of it, you tune it beyond its capabilities, then yes, you're going to blow the head. Twin turbo. Wait, they had a twin turbo V6 and a Fusion? How did I not know? That sounds like a monster. Like an absolute monster without even realizing it. Oh my god. That's sick. How did I not know about that? V6 in it, you'll never see a V6 in a Civic. Dude, honestly, I would pick something like that V6 Fusion over a Mustang. That is great. Like the cars like that like you don't expect to be fast, and they're just absolutely just nonsense. Those are the kind of cars I like. But funny you said, it's funny you say a V6 Civic. So I saw somebody took this was a 96 Civic hatchback, gutted the interior, not even the plastic on the door, like the door cards, those were gone. Not a single piece of plastic, everything. It was just a steering wheel and a small little tablet with the speed on it. And they had a V6 sitting in the hatch, not in the hood. They had a V6 out of a Honda Accord, a 3.5 liter, sitting in the back of that thing, all-wheel drive, and it was the nuttiest thing I had ever seen. Oh, okay, cool. Carrie got in. I was gonna hop out, but cool. Bro's eardrums are... Oh, absolutely. There's absolutely no noise deadening. Oh, the race started. I gotta get one more grape juice. Dante, though, what did you think, if you've looked at it, what did you think of the SI that I sent you? I didn't really look. I saw the exterior of it. The exterior, it could use a paint correction, if I'm being completely honest. But I didn't look at the interior. If the I don't know what the interior is like. It could use some love. But you're going to buy a used car with 80,000 miles on it. It's going to need some love. Yeah, not even a paint job, a paint correction. You throw like a 2-step polish on that thing, it's going to look brand new. Yep. Yeah, the 10th gen SIs are... they're kind of more of a gray and blackish, and then they have a lot of hints of red. With the SIs, you get a lot of red accents in the cars, which is that's one of my favorite things about my car. It's got, you'll see when you take a look at it next weekend, but it's got like the center of the seats are red, and then all through the dash, like the stitching on the steering wheel, everything is all red. You're gonna look at it? Sweet. SIs go fast. They're very sought after. I personally, especially in that year model, I personally prefer the 2 doors over the 4s, but I definitely respect it if you go for the 4 doors. The only reason I got the hatchback sport trim in my white Civic is because I didn't like the 4 doors in the SIs, and they only offered the 4 doors that year. They discontinued the 2-door in 2021, so that's why I went with a sport rather than an SI, which in hindsight I should have just manned up and got the 4-door, but dude, that'd be sick. I want an SI, buddy. I tried to convince Caleb to buy one. He bought a fucking electric car. He's like, oh yeah, these are sweet, man. I'm gonna go look at one. And he fucking shows up in an electric car. There's a red car, an SI. No, this is my first SI. I tried though, because when I got the red one, I was 17 when I got the red one, and obviously still living with my mom and dad. They're the ones that bought the car on paper, but I'm the one that paid for it. Basically, they just bought it for me to get the lower interest rate, and then I just made the monthly payment on it myself. But, you know, that way, because they, basically, because I was 17, I could barely even get a car note. And I think there was like a 6% interest rate on it because I was a kid, but they were able to get under 1%. So obviously that like greatly reduced the price of the car. So they bought it, but I paid for it. But because they bought it, I wasn't allowed to get an SI because my mom can't drive stick. That was the caveat. Because my parents bought it, my mom had to be able to drive it. But for somebody that was 17 at the time, makes sense. It happens. You get it in red. Red's a good color. I did red once. Probably won't do it again unless it was like a dark, like a dark, like candy red color. I've actually been looking at wraps on the SI as well, and I think it would look really good in a like a dark candy apple red. Don't buy black. I'm gonna save you the pain now. Don't buy black. It looks so good. Only when it's clean. And you will never be able to keep it clean. I promise you, you won't be able to keep it clean. It'll look great when it's clean, but it doesn't stay clean very long. And red is almost as bad. White seats in a... Yeah, exactly. Black shows so much dirt, it scratches so easy. It scratches easy, it just... It shows so many imperfections. A lot of colors can hide very well. I'm very thankful that my gray that I have can hide imperfections. But black, you see everything in a black. There are very few people that I've been able to come across that can keep a black car looking immaculate. Dimitri being one of them. And that's because he details his car like every week. For his truck, but he's like one of the only people that I know that can keep a black car clean. And even he struggles. And he will tell you, you'll never own a black truck again. Oh no, the love bugs will still show up. Trust me. They just turn yellow. The black spots that you would see on a normal car turn yellow on a black one. I don't know how. It's just how it is. Yes, they really do. I don't know what it is. They literally will eat through the clear coat. I spent about 5 minutes cleaning my bumper the other day before going out, or yesterday before going out to the port. Damn it. Yeah. Love bugs are no joke. This blue one I sent you, I'm looking at it. The seats need to be cleaned. If you want an SI, you're going to need to know how to drive stick, by the way. Because that's all they offer. It's one of the very few cars that only come in a stick shift. This one I sent you has aftermarket wheels, and they look like shit. But the car overall needs some. The car needs some love, for sure. I would say it's in okay condition. That's obviously one of many, many, many. If you can find an 11th gen Civic Si for a good price, then I would go for that. Just because they're just slightly newer. I think they age better. You can learn stick. It's driving stick shift is like riding a bike. You're gonna get it within a few days. It's gonna be really intimidating for about a week, and then it'll be fine. And I will say these Civic SIs are one of the easiest cars nowadays currently available. The Civic Si is one of the easiest cars to learn stick on. They have great transmissions. So there's a blue two-door that I'm looking at right now. Slightly modified. It looks like it's got an aftermarket exhaust on it. And an intake. Okay, but it's got a good intake on it. So, okay. This guy had mildly good taste. But for 19 grand, 90,000 mile, 90,000 is a lot. But I would say it's in good shape though. They need a Zelda themed race in Mario. Dude, they really do though. That would be so cool if they ever did DLC for Mario Kart World and one of the like an entirely new world, but it was all Hyrule. That would be so cool. Oh yeah, I've talked to Chase pretty frequently. Every now and then we'll say hey to each other before stream, depending on when he gets there. He usually gets there pretty last second. But I've talked to him here and there, yeah. He's a nice guy. Yeah, I feel like most people from YouTube are usually just as cool off camera. It's not too often, I feel like, or at least it depends on who you're dealing with. Usually you can kind of tell through the videos like what kind of person they truly are. Or sometimes like you'll get a vibe off of somebody and they're like, this guy like kind of seems like they're full of themselves. And then usually they kind of reflect that off camera as well. But yeah, usually if they're like really chill and really cool on camera, like usually they're just as good off camera. Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Sea scammers. Dude, I've been drinking too much of this grape juice, man. The filter's coming off, man. Okay, yeah, possibly. Let's see what time it is, because I've been actually, so, not to pat my back, but I've been getting up really early in the morning and going to the gym before work, which is good. I feel great. You know, it's been nice, and I feel good, but I also hate waking up early in the morning, but depending on the time, possibly I could probably talk for a few minutes. Yeah, I started by going after work, and then I was like, there's too many people here, and there's also people that just like let their kids play on the weights and the machines, and I'm like, I'm gonna start swinging this weight around, and it's gonna accidentally smack somebody, quote unquote accidentally, but you know. These kids are going to start playing around, and I'm going to start swinging. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start going in the mornings when there's nobody there. Every embarkation... Oh, really? Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely in kind of like, I'm starting to kind of get to that, like, work on yourself vibe lately with life, so it's good. It's kind of one of those, she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, and we'll see what happens. 4 a.m. watch all the shit. Oh my god. Oh, we've been going for about an hour. Oh, dude, embarkation mornings are so exhausting. I have 2 episodes. Thank you for telling me. I'll change that. Whoops. Dante, I'm just gonna send you the whole list of SIs in the area to look at. But there's so many. There's a couple new ones. There's a 24. How do you put 40,000 miles on a 2024? I have 17 on mine. I put 17,000 miles in a year on my car. That one. I see one on this list. I'm like, not only is it really modified and very gross looking, but the owner did not have good taste. Are you putting anything down? Tortola looked... Oh, I know. And Tortola looked really nice. It was a beautiful place. I loved that island. There was nothing to do there. And I loved that. You just take a $20 little bus and you just tour the whole place. Unsure. Honestly, it depends on how much you're putting down is the thing here. There is a 2025. It's my color and everything. 32. That's fucked. $32,000. Dude, I paid $30 for mine brand new. That's the thing you're gonna run into. I don't know what it is. I even said this when I bought my SI. I was like, why are you guys marking this car up? Why is this over MSRP? It's an SI. It's not a Type R. Even the Type R is not necessarily worth buying from it. No car is ever worth buying over MSRP. Never. Never, ever, ever. Never do it. But they had, so MSRP on a brand new SI is about 30 to 31, I think. And they had my car listed at 38. And I told them they were fucking crazy. But they screwed up online. That's how I got it. Is they screwed up online. They had it listed as a sport trim. But I caught and they had it listed as a sport trim, but I caught it off of the chassis code on the VIN number. I knew it was an SI off of the chassis code. So I came in, I said, hey, I'm here to look at your SI. And they go, oh, it's 30, it's 38,000. I go, actually, you got it listed for like, you got it listed for 30 online. And they're like, oh, that's a sport trim. I go, nope, that VIN number matches. They go, son of a bitch. I go, no, this is the VIN number off of an SI. Look at the one you have listed for 38. That's the same VIN number. And they're like, holy shit, yeah, you're right. And so they honored it. And I got it for MSRP. You're not gonna run into very many situations where they screw up like that. But no matter what the car is, Toyota Supra, Civic Type R, nothing is ever worth more than MSRP. MSRP is what the car is worth. You should never pay $1 more than what the car is worth. Dealers don't necessarily mess with the insurance too much, but they can definitely affect your payment if you're not looking correctly. You really got to pay attention to the interest rates too. Just because you can afford the car doesn't mean it's a good deal. That's the biggest piece of advice I could ever give somebody. It's just because you can afford the car does not mean it's a good deal. I'm completely fine with my car, but I on paper I got a good deal in the fact that I was able to get it marked down from 8,000 to over MSRP down to MSRP. But for some reason, Civic SIs, they don't give you good interest rates on them because they're quote-unquote special. I don't think, I mean, the SIs are very great cars, but I don't think they're special, that special. It's to be like, oh, you're not getting a good interest rate because it's this kind of car. But like, I even with somebody with a very good, like a very good credit score, they still gave me a high interest rate because it's an SI, and I was like, you guys are crazy. But I'm also paying the car off extremely early. That was kind of my thing. I was like, okay, like, the payment is completely fine. Like, I just pay the car off in, like, half the time, so that's fine. Right. So you just kind of like look up values of cars that you're looking at and a certain amount of mileage and like kind of see what like the online value is and then kind of compare it to see. And like obviously like, especially in the used market, you can usually finagle the price a little bit more and a little bit better. With new cars, it's like MSRP is what the car's worth, buddy. Like, you know, if you're trying to ask for money off, it's like a hike. But with a used car, usually you can be like, oh, well, the mileage is pretty high on this thing, you know, compared to others, like, you know, there's other in the areas with similar mileage that are cheaper, well, yeah, all that, so. But just be careful, make sure you do your research, make sure you're getting a good deal, all that type of thing. But, you know, this is your first car, I'm assuming. No Altimas. No Nissan Altimas. No Nissan Altimas. First car. Okay, yeah. Honestly, if you're looking for a fun car for your first car, the Civic Si is like one of the best cars you can buy as a first car. Fuck! Nissan has stopped production on the. I know, it's crazy. I don't know. I think the Kia K5s are the new Altimas, to be honest with you. That's controversial, but the Kia K5 is the new Nissan Altima. You can change my mind on that. Chevy stopped production. I saw there might be a new generation Camaro coming soon. The new Sentras are very nice, actually. So I saw there is at least a prototype. I don't know what the production, or if there's a chance for production on it, or when it would go into production. But I had seen concepts of a new generation Camaro, and it was going to be based off the CT5 Blackwing. And Buick was going to do like a brand new GNX, apparently, which would be unreal. If I ever buy a Buick, if it's not a brand new GNX, blow my shit smooth off my shoulders. Like, ain't no reason I'd be buying a Buick unless it's a GNX. Oscar, welcome back. How does Dimitri feel about the new Ram? Did they change him? I didn't notice. He is super hyped. TRX is back. I can tell you that. I saw a sick RHO on the way to the port today. It was so nice. I love the RHOs. If I had fuck you kind of money, I would buy I would have an RHO and then my Civic Type R and SIs. And my truck, my RHO would be like my fun, or like my daily driver, like utility vehicle. if I had $200,000 to blow on a car, obviously, like, I would look at a Porsche, but, like, I don't know. I'm one of those, I'm, like, super weird with my taste in cars. Like, I love things like the Porsches. I love the GT3s. I love the 911s. But, like, right, the 992s, like, the amazing, amazing cars. One of the best cars you can ever buy. But for $200,000, I could buy a Ram TRX, a Civic Si, and a Civic Type R. I got a great fuel sipper of a daily driver as an SI, the fun weekend / truck car as a Type R, and the big ass, like, beefy utility vehicle of a TRX. I don't think you could ask for much more. Although I really like the Mazda CX-50 Meridian editions. I wasn't a big... So the only thing I didn't like about my CX-50 that I had was that it was my only car. That was what I didn't like about it. It was my only car. I wanted a fun car. So when I bought my CX-50, I was like, oh, I don't really want anything fun anymore. I just want something that's a little bit more practical, good for daily driving, good for going out to the port. I got about 6 months into owning that CX-50. I go, fuck this. Dude, I want something fun. And I went straight to the SI and bought it. Thank you for keeping count, Oscar. Ah! The funny thing is my parents were getting on Anthem of the Seas. And I jokingly texted my dad and I go, LOL, I'm going to go play with the Civic Si down the street. They have a new one in stock. I'm going to mess around with it. And he goes, be smart. And I texted him the next morning and go, look what I got. Literally, my dad just, be smart. Typical, like, chill dad vibe, though. Be smart. Smart Brandon. So I like jokingly brought up Civic Type R's to them the other day, and I was like, oh, like I was pricing it out, you know, like obviously like I could afford a Type R, like if I really wanted one, and my mom looks me dead in the eyes and goes, you are not pricing out shit, because I know the moment you do, you're gonna go buy it. And I go, damn it, like you know me way too well. She goes, I'm going to stop you right there, because as soon as you start pricing something out, quote unquote, for fun, you're going to go buy it. And I'm like, God dang it. She knew it. She knew what I was doing. More wine. Grape juice. Grape juice. No, but for real, dude, I would love a Type R. So the reason I won't pull the trigger and just go, communication error. So the reason I won't pull the trigger on a Type R and trade in the SI is the Type Rs have the same fuel tank as the SI, which is 12 gallons, which is not much, but the SI gets 35 to 40 miles a gallon, which is insane for a sporty vehicle. But the Type R, on the other hand, gets 25 at best. Oh, we got a fish! But with the Type R having the same size fuel tank... Oh, I don't want that. I wanted Rosalina. It's like girl math. Exactly! That's what I'm saying. But, so the Type R still has the same 12-gallon fuel tank as the SI does, but gets 25 miles a gallon. So you're literally getting like 300 miles max on a full tank on a Type R, which is fantastic. Like, I could give a shit less about the fuel mileage. But I'll be sitting there at the, as much as I drive, going out to the port, I'd be filling up every single, like, if I went both Saturday and Sunday to go to the port, to go to Canaveral and like do my live streams over there, I would have to fill up both days. No thanks. This thing cost me $50 to fill up my Civic right now. $50 to fill up a Honda Civic. So the snap memories from MSC Seascape last year. Dimitri just sent one. And it's me just slumped over on the couch. Gonna miss GTA 6 release. Oh, ooh, that sucks. Who's one? Kyle Larson is in first place right now. Oh, that's not good. Somebody... I think somebody snapped the tie rod. That's no good. Who drives the 88? Zilch? I was gonna say... Oh, it just smeared the paint down the side of the car, and tie rod just snapped. Love that. Embarkation day on Freedom of the Seas. Ooh, very nice. I would miss GTA 6 for Cruise on Freedom. 9 Days on Freedom sounds awesome. I would love to do a long cruise on one of those. Where's Joey? Who's Joey? 9 blocks right there. Yes, sir. I wish, dude. I don't have any sort of PTO with this new job, dude. It sucks. I got a week for the rest of the year. I literally have just barely enough to get Harmony and Legend in for the rest of the year, and that's it. Oh, Joey Logano. Is he not racing? What the fuck? You went to your first NASCAR? Dude, that is sweet. That is sweet. I haven't been to one in so long. So I went to... I think I went to 3. 2 or 3. I'll be able to report around 1. Yeah, I should be there around... I think I usually get there between 12 and 1. So my first NASCAR race, I want to say I was like 7, maybe 8. And that was in Atlanta. I want to say I went to one more in Atlanta, possibly. But I know I went to Charlotte, too. So I've definitely done 2, maybe 3. But I literally live like 30 minutes from Daytona. Like I bought my car in Daytona. Like 30 minutes down the road is Daytona. I want to go to the 500 next year. So I might try to buy tickets. Watch Cletus. Oh, really? Oh, that's so cool. I don't watch Cletus all that much on YouTube, but at the same time, like, the stuff he does is so awesome. Yeah, I'm like 30. So Daytona is legitimately, like, Daytona is just straight shot up I-4. And I'm on the northern end of Orlando. And I'm right on top of I-4. Like, if I looked that way, if my apartment faced the other way, I would be looking at I-4. But being on the northern end of Orlando, it legit, I bought my car in Daytona because my local dealership, there's a dealership 5 minutes down the road. They didn't have any SIs. Usually every dealership has like one, but they didn't have any SIs, so I went to the next closest one, which was 30 minutes away in Daytona, to get it. But it was about 30, maybe 40 minutes tops. But I-4 runs literally directly from Daytona to Tampa. With the Lambo and Porsche dealerships. Actually, I don't know where those are. I did not know there were Porsche dealerships. Okay, Oscar, you're in tune with racing. Have you ever heard of Atlanta Motorsports Park? Porsche used to do a lot of testing before they built the facility in Atlanta. They used to do a lot of testing there before they built their training facility there, and like I guess right outside of Atlanta. You ever heard of Atlanta Motorsports Park? Yeah, so they've got the go-kart track with like that 40-foot drop of like turn 2 is literally a 40-foot drop. I used to work there. When that place first opened up, I used to work there. So I worked primarily at the go-kart track, but very rarely would I go up to the main track. But you know what the fucking craziest thing is? So I was on Carnival Sunshine. I was on Carnival Sunshine at the time, so I completely missed it. But you want to know who raced the So this is how it went. Shows up at the end of the day. End of the day, everybody's gone. Closing time. Shows up Chase Elliott. It says, hey, you guys want to run the carts? So basically, instead of closing up shop, all the workers, we hopped the go-karts. Race Chase Elliott. Me? My ass was on Carnival Sunshine. Because that's where AMP is. That's his hometown. Because that's where I went to high school. And we were... I want to say... So I moved to that high school sophomore year. And he moved out... he moved from the public school to a private school, I think, sophomore year. So I missed him by a year. But technically, he was in my graduating class. He just moved out into a private school once he started racing a little bit more. But had I been at that school freshman year, I would have class with him. It's crazy. But yeah, that's where I went to high school, is where Chase Elliott's from. Yeah, pretty cool though. Cause yeah, I got back from that cruise, and it's like, and literally the guy that like, he wasn't necessarily my boss, but he definitely like kind of ran the show there for the most part. He goes, dude, you will not guess who fucking came up here while you were gone and raced the carts with us. And just like ran the carts with us for like, they were like, oh, we ran the carts with him for like an hour and a half. But yeah, I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. I wish AMP was in like Forza Motorsport or something like that. That would be super cool. You really should, honestly. You can see my old stomping grounds. That's where I went to high school. If you pass by the local high school if you're hanging out at AMP, about 20 minutes down the road, you'll pass the local high school. That's where I graduated. Dawson County High School, brother. Yeah. Damn. Oh, stage 1. Okay, I was gonna say 11 to go, and then NASCAR race. I was like, oh my god, that's just stage 1. May or may not stream Flight Sim. Ooh, sweet. I want to get Flight Sim so bad. So my high school is definitely in the country. If you go to AMP, it's definitely out in the boonies. It's out in the boonies. The Porsche facility, that is in Atlanta. I wouldn't say that's necessarily in the hood, but it's definitely Atlanta. I want to say it's in Sandy Springs, I think is where it's like the actual suburb where it's at. Or it's either in Sandy Springs or it's down by the airport. But yeah, AMP specifically, that's out in the boonies. It legitimately is. And so that part of Georgia where AMP is like, that's right at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains too. Truist is in Sandy Springs, yes. Truist Park is in Sandy Springs. Or right outside of it. I know it's in... Where is it? What is that? What's the second? I know it's in Cobb County. AMP from Truist, you're probably talking maybe an hour, hour and a half. Hour and a half at the absolute most, but probably about an hour. Those carts are so much fun though. Those go-karts, dude, you absolutely, if you end up in Atlanta, you need to try it out though. Those go-karts, when they advertise 65 miles an hour, they legitimately do 65 miles an hour. Mercedes-Benz. So Mercedes-Benz is legitimately just smack in the middle of downtown. That I would say is about 2 hours. Maybe, I would say an hour and a half to 2 hours from Mercedes-Benz to AMP. Yeah, it's quite the trek. Plane sponsor at the end of the month. Oh, plane spot. You know what, Dante? With Justin moving here in like 2 weeks, I'll get with him. I will ask him. We'll firm up some plans. We're gonna do some plane spotting. He loves planes too. And he's a big 757 fan too. Let me get with him. I'm gonna send him a text right now. The 757 is one of the best planes ever made. It's just a tragedy that they're so old. I just texted Justin, by the way. So, here's my thing with the 757. Best plane ever made. Maybe the 740 might, just because of how big it is. But 757, most reliable plane ever. 757 is one of the best planes out there. It's a tragedy that they're getting so old, but I do not want... Boeing should not come out with a new version of it. How much longer? I'll probably go for a little bit longer. And here's my hot take. Boeing should not make a new 757. And I love Boeing. I say this with the most love possible. I love Boeing. Boeing over Scarebus any day of the week. But Boeing has not put out a reliable plane in any time recent. Like, any time recent that I can think of. The Max 8s, the Max 9s, I ain't gonna touch it. No thanks. I know they're reliable now. They've been fixed, but sour taste in the mouth after all that. The 777X, the 777s, alright, the 777s are good. The 777X, where the fuck are they? Like, Boeing hasn't made a good plane in forever. And if they revitalized and made a new variant of the 757, it would tarnish the name. It would tarnish the name of the 757. One of the best and most reliable planes ever created. And just the way that Boeing has gone over the last, like, 10 to 15 years, it would tarnish the name. 787. Dude, the Dreamliners are so nice. A350s are so nice. My, I don't know what the fuck. Let's be completely honest. I don't know what the fuck she is. We're gonna call her a situation ship at best. But she's a flight attendant. And she's with Frontier, so she runs the A320s, A320neos, and the A321s, which are really nice. She's with Frontier, and I'm not a big Airbus fan, but at the same time, very nice planes. Situation ship because she's the one fixing problems, not me. We'll leave it at that. Oh, you motherfucker! Who just knocked me off that rail? Sorry. Sorry. It happens. Emirates has Airbus on a chokehold of the A380 Neo. Wait. Am I stupid or did I not know A380? There's an A380 Neo? No. A380 Neo, new engine option, in parentheses, is a proposed but officially canceled highly advanced redesign of the A380 jumbo jet. Wow, that would be sweet though. What is it again? I was talking about this the other day. What's the quad jet that Airbus makes that is just like extremely inefficient? Is it the A340s? It is the A340s. They have like, it's a quad jet, but they're so tiny. Yeah, the A340s. Super inefficient. The A320s and the A321s are really nice though. I haven't flown on one, but they're very nice looking. Yeah, I was literally just checking my phone to see if he responded. The A340-200 have 3 and 300 have A320 engines for what the yeah, exactly. They're like, yeah, they're like extremely inefficient. Why is everything backwards? A320s are nice. What did Spirit fly? Were Spirit flying A320s? I feel like any quad jet's not very efficient. But at least the A380s and the 747s were at least cool. The A340, on the other hand, is just very inefficient, and it's just like not that impressive of a plane. I like talking airplanes with you guys. I don't know nearly as much about aviation as I do cruise ships, but I do love airplanes. You know, when I was in school, when I was a kid, I took a career test where it was like, oh, like, you know, take this test, we'll like determine what you would do good as, or good at, like as an adult, like as a career. You know what I got? Air traffic controller. The 747 would never be shot on. Anybody that shits on a 747 can go fuck themselves. Let's be completely honest here. 747 will not be tolerated in this shot. I've been working at the airport for 10 years. Oh, really? Which airport, if you don't mind me asking? That's cool. Yeah. I don't know what to call her. Technically an ex-girlfriend, but I don't know what to call her anymore because whatever the hell's going on right now. But she's a flight attendant for Frontier, and which is super cool. Because I kind of like, she can like slightly nerd out about airplanes with me, which is really cool, and I love that. We were literally talking about Airbus the other day. Her and I were hanging out, and we were talking about A320s, because I guess Frontier just got a couple new ones. I don't know if it was the Neos or something, but apparently Frontier just got a couple A320s, and she's like, oh yeah, the new ones are so nice. ATC would be really... Honestly, I thought about that, because, like, so recently... I'm sure all of you guys know, but, like, recently I had been laid off, but obviously I just found a new job, which is fantastic. But, like, when I originally got laid off, I debated. I was like, should I be an air traffic controller? But I always thought it would be kind of cool. It's very stressful, though. Extremely stressful, and it's so high stakes. I also don't like the fact that every time the government shuts down, which seems to be every week now, anytime the government shuts down, air traffic controllers don't get paid. No thanks. It's my job now. So I'm still in finance. I'm still a financial analyst, just with a new company. I took the safe route and went into finance rather than going into like something crazy. Salary, honestly, if I was living somewhere else, financial analyst, I would, I absolutely. So the thing about working in finance these days is that nobody's doing it, which is good. If you're young, go into finance or accounting, because the classes, they suck. Don't get it twisted, they suck. But nobody's doing it. So if you even slightly enjoy it, go into it, because 10 to 15 years from now, there's going to be a shortage of finance jobs, and the pay is going to be really good. In Florida, the pay for anything in Florida is just going to be lower. It's just how it is. Pay sucks down here. I would be making probably about 15, I would say probably close to 15 grand more than I make now if I was living in Atlanta still. But overall, financial analyst pay is pretty good. Honestly, like, I think my biggest advice would be to go into a line of work that makes you happy at the end of the day. Yeah, we can, you can still race. Are you able to join? Are we friends on here or no? If not, I'll make a lobby. But my biggest advice is, like, don't chase... Like, obviously the money's nice, but don't chase the money. Because I had this conversation with this said lady friend slash ex-girlfriend the other day. Because she had mentioned, like, oh, like, you know, the pay as a flight attendant's not that great. And I, like, looked her dead in the eyes. I was like, are you happy at the end of the day with what you're doing? Is this a job that, like, you know, this is a dream job for her? So I was like, you know, at the end of the day, are you happy with what you do? Stuff like that. And she's like, yes. And I'm like, then I really don't give a shit how much money you make. You could be pissed broke and enjoy what you do for work, and be way better off than somebody that makes 6 figures and hates their job. If you hate your job and make 6 figures, I'd rather be broke. You know what I mean? I like working in finance, so, like, I'm thankful that, like, I enjoy what I do. But like, honestly, I would rather be broke than do a job that I hate. Don't even get me started. Dante, I have no idea. Dave Spin, hello, welcome in. Are you guys able to do... I guess I would need to get a lobby going. I can get a lobby going here after this race, if that's what's needed. Go to be a pilot because you left planes and the pays... Exactly. Honestly, go be a pilot. I don't know if you ever reached out to the Brick executive, but yeah, reach out to him if you haven't already. He could probably kind of help guide you a little bit. But I also have another friend. I mean, like, this guy kind of like seemed lost in life whenever he graduated high school. Didn't go to college. You just kind of just random car salesman when he came out of college just to like get stuff done and like pay the bills. But now he's a pilot for Southwest. And he absolutely loves it. The guy that runs, so for the cruisers here from the main channel, the guy that runs the account Nice Apps, he's a pilot. I want to say he's with American, but he's a pilot as well. It's funny how many people like in the cruise nerd sector or like community, I guess if you want to call it that, how many of them are into planes. I think it's a thing of autism, but it's definitely a form of autism, but that's okay. And trains, yeah. Trains are the big indicator with that. I don't know what it... I like have nothing against trains. I'm just not super into it. Like Dimitri can go off of like just like, oh, that's like the YN2 Boogaloo or something like that over there. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what the hell that thing is, but it's pretty cool looking. Right, exactly. I just don't know much. That's kind of how it is. That's how it is with me and planes too. Like I love planes. I don't know nearly as much. Like I can usually differentiate them and kind of tell them apart for the most part. But like when you're talking like, oh, that's like a 757, 200 series versus 300 series, like I couldn't fucking tell you the difference. I do know that there is one of the series of the 757s looks like a pencil. And that's like one of the best ones, but fuselage link is right, exactly. It's like that's like the main thing. Like the 737s, like obviously you can tell because they're like a very small fuselage, but like especially compared to like the 757s, but the 740s obviously are like a huge. If you mistake a 740 for anything other than a 747, you need to go get your eyes tested. Like usually I can tell like the different types of planes apart, but like when it comes to like the different types and like series of the planes, I struggle with a little bit. No. 19th. I was just an 8th. The 200. Okay. Oh, the 300 series. Okay. Yeah, that's the one where it's like a pencil nose almost. Have there been any good crashes yet or no? Yeah, that's brutal, dude. All right. We're going to get a lobby going here. We'll put the code in the pin chat as well. But bear with me just a few seconds here. But I feel like the plane I've flown on the most is 757 though. The longest single aisle. Okay, yes, yes. I think I flew on. I think I've been on one of those. I took one from Atlanta to Tampa a couple years. I think that was one of the last few planes I've been on in a while. Oh, I need to. What am I doing here? Room ID. Yes, Delta runs a ton. So I primarily fly Delta because I obviously grew up out of the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta, and so Delta was obviously like the main choice going out of Hartsfield-Jackson. But I primarily would fly 757s because I would almost always go into Florida. So I would always take the 757s from ATL to MCO, and then once to TPA. I took an N. So when I sailed on Horizon back in 2019, I took an MD-88 from ATL to MIA. I thought I was gonna die. I've never felt more uncomfortable on a plane than flying on one of those things. So I flew a 767 from LAX to ATL when I got off the Bliss. But yeah, I feel like I flew the 750s more than anything else just because of how frequently I'd fly to Florida. Because Delta had so many of them going between ATL to TPA or MCO. But yeah, I took a 767 from LAX to ATL when I got off the Bliss. I think we took a 750. We took a 750 down and a 760 back. I think we took a 757 from ATL to MIA, and then LAX to ATL was a 760. Never been on a 747 though. That would be a dream plane to fly on. An MD-88 MCO to MIA. MCO to MIA? That's crazy. I didn't know they even offered something like that. That's actually insane. When my sister was still living up in Orlando, she would occasionally still have to go to the Miami office. But she would have to fly out of TPA. And her and a coworker flew, who is it that has the pink planes? It's some really tiny one. Like, really, really tiny airline. But they flew like a bright pink prop plane. From TPA to MIA. Silver, that's what it is. Yeah. It was a prop plane. It wasn't even like anything like nothing Airbus, not Boeing. I don't even know what the heck it was, but it was insane. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe you flew on that thing. Yeah, I was going to say, I think they just recently went bankrupt, yes. I'm going to lay off this grape juice, man. I can't drive. No! You can drink and play Mario Kart, you just can't drink and drive a car. In Huntsville. Oh, really? That's cool, actually. That's really sweet. grape juice. It's spicy grape juice. Just trust me on that. I missed the mushroom. I gotta work tomorrow morning. Oh no! Ah, the gym is gonna suck tomorrow. So, dude, that was I do a mean Frenchie impression. I tell you, those girls on Tinder that ask for you to bark for them don't even know what's coming. Dude, women scare me nowadays, dude. Nah, dude, because like 5 years ago, dude, if somebody asked you to bark for them, you would... Back in like the 1800s, they throw you in the river for saying something like that. Nowadays, that's just what you put in your Tinder profile. Now Discord mods get under. Discord, dude. Caleb is a Discord mod, absolutely, dude. I'm pretty sure bro's got himself a Discord kitten. That's why he doesn't show up to the port anymore. He's got himself a little Discord kitten. He's like, hello, princess. I can't believe I got Caleb into watching anime. Is the craziest part. Okay, the room code is in the pin chat for you. But yes, you are more than welcome to join. Welcome in, by the way. Just a guy who loves ships, planes, and people with the same exact interests. Exactly. The same kind of autism. I don't know. I've never been tested. My mom definitely told me I was special a lot when I was a kid, though. Kind of like Barry Bonds. Everybody said he did steroids, but he never tested positive. There was definitely signs, though. Oh, everybody's got their little stim. Welcome back, nerd. Oh, I didn't make it. Last time I checked, there were like 2 to 3. I know, right? What the heck happened? There's people here. Who's in first? All right, Star Taker's in first. Mine is racing to talk to anything about F1 or not. I don't know what it is. I like F1. Just haven't got into it. NASCAR on the... You're only on lap 123. Speaking of NASCAR, what's going on back there? You must go. Ready for work tomorrow. All right. Have a good one, man. Let's chat about your little Civic SI journey. I think you should get one. But we'll chat. We'll chat. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Great. Fantastic. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, just DM me on Discord. We'll chat. I'll send you ones that I can find. I sent you the link of just like the overall listing, but you can find a good Civic SI. Trust me. Even look on Facebook Marketplace. You might not find the most reliable one out there, but you look at Facebook Marketplace, you can find a good one. Knockout or regular? I need to go soon, probably. Knockout? Okay. We'll do knockout. I saw knockout first, sorry. Whew. Alright, do a regular one next. Sorry, chat. The F1 26 DLC. I haven't even bought the base game yet. That would kind of be a fun game to stream, to be honest. I've got this one. I'm not going to do that to you, Carrie. I'm going to find somebody else to smack with this horn, though. Oh. I can't drive. I lost the horn. Ugh. Why did I drink so much wine on a Sunday night? Grape juice. Yeah, exactly. This grape juice got me want to text my ex-girlfriend, man. Oh! Piece of shit. Alright, sounds good. I think we might do just like one more regular versus race after this. I'm getting a little tired as well, to be honest. I have to get up super early. It's a long stream though. We haven't gone this long in a while. I had a good time. Nah, I don't get hangovers. I come from a pretty long line of alcoholics, to be honest with you. I don't get hangovers. Runs in the blood. I don't get those. I don't know if that's something to be proud of. That's definitely something, though. Oh, let's go. Uh-oh. Oh, let's go, boys. First place. Sorry. God damn it. Did you get eliminated? Oh! Fuck. I hit my own bomb. Alright, one more. We're going to do a versus race. That way we get the regular race out of the way. I can't believe it either. It's a Chili's car. Bro, he's in 32nd? What is bro doing? We're gonna do 3 races at 10-second intervals. Yeah, Hosovar's at freaking 32nd. Are you kidding? That is not deserving of a triple dipper. As much as I hate to say it. Dude, I kind of want to get one of like the little die-cast NASCARs. Get the 77 Chili's car. That's going next to my TV. I was so hyped when he won Talladega, by the way. He's free Chili. Dude, I would do some things to get free Chili's. Free Chili's whenever I want. Yeah, I would do some things for that. You can't even question me for that either. The fact that bro gets free Chili's and has even a slight remote chance of getting with Sabrina Carpenter. Wow. If I could take Sabrina Carpenter on a date, I would take her to Chili's. Oh, somebody spun. Who drives a 19 now? That's not Truex, is it? I thought he retired. All right, see you later. Thanks for hanging out, though. Thanks for racing. Have a good night. Chase. Oh, okay. No! What? All right, we're gonna do just one more single race after this, but I will leave the room code up on screen here. Ah, that sucks. I don't know what the heck happened. That's like the second time tonight. I'm gonna watch the race here a little bit. Let me know when you guys are ready. Do I stay up and watch the rest of the race? They're only halfway done. Ugh. I'm gonna be up all night. Whoa. I finished first. Damn right I did. All right, we'll get started. We're gonna do. It says 3 races, but it says 3 races. We're gonna do 1. I just got invited to go to Japan. I really want to go. I don't have the PTO. I really do. So this new job, they give me a week of PTO to go through the rest of the year. I have Harmony and Legend to stretch that one single week across. And now I just got an offer to go to Japan? Are you kidding me? Because I was going to go... It's a friend of mine that just went just now. And she literally just sent me a Snapchat and goes, I forgot how much I hate it back home. And I go, turn the plane around. She goes, oh, don't worry. I already got my plan. I already got my next trip planned. You should come. And I'm like, oh, really? Because I was going to go with her this time, but my little unemployment stint, and then obviously the people that I now work for were like, oh, we want you to start today, essentially. So I didn't really get a chance to go, but she just got back today, and she's like, yeah, I'm already going back. And she's a good person to go with, too, because this is like her 3rd time going. I really want to go, though. Could you imagine a ship spotting live stream from Tokyo? That would be sweet. Oh, where am I? Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, let's go, chat. We're in on a dub. Let's go. All right. we're gonna cut it there. Hope you guys had fun. Thank you, Carrie, for hanging out. And anybody else that's still watching, but we are gonna end the stream here, and we'll do this again one night this week. But have a good night and have a good week. Later, everybody.